in this video, we're going to discuss just pure event videography. You've got a gig, you're showing up, you're basically capturing B-roll for whatever rhyme or reason. In past videos, I've covered basically how to do a good corporate talking head kind of shoot. I'll link that down below, but let's think of this as like a pyramid, okay? So the first tier is gonna be batteries and media cards. If you don't have these two things or enough of them, nothing else matters. It's all a giant paperweight and you're wasting your time. So my rule of thumb is however long I expect my engagement to be, I want the batteries and media cards to run for double that amount of time that I'm expecting. If they can't run purely for double, which I'm doing today, then I need to have them on a rotation and effectively never run out of power. Your power, aka your battery, and media cards. You got to make sure that you're good to go on both of those. Otherwise, you're wasting your time with everything else. The next step up is going to be your lenses. It depends on your preference for filming. It depends on the aesthetic that your customer needs. But there are basically two systems that you can choose from. There's either your interchangeable lenses, which a lot of you are familiar with, which are your DSLRs, your mirrorless, whatever. But when it comes to videography, oftentimes the servo lens, like the professional camcorder, right? That's great. That's fantastic because that lens is going to get you a 15 to 200 millimeter, and one lens, you're going to be able to pull that camera straight out of its case and you're going to be able to get to work. They're fantastic for especially event videography. But for most of you, you probably have an interchangeable lens system. So what I would recommend for lenses, I would recommend you have a 24 to 70 millimeter equivalent and you have an equivalent to a 70 to 200 millimeter. Now, what this is going to allow you to do, this is going to give you a very long range of 24 millimeter to 200 millimeter. And this basically will allow you to do wide to extreme close, and it's going to allow you to film all the way across the room if needed. That way you're not invading someone's personal space if you're trying to capture like a candid moment of someone smiling or something like that. Now the very top tier here is effectively everything else, like your ND filters, polarizers, things that you don't necessarily need but you find very useful to your whole process, okay? But I am going to prioritize two things in this top tier that you do probably want to put into a need category. Number one is going to be your audio system. This of course depends on your camera, whether it's XLR, whether you're just going to do a 3.5 plug-in. But I would recommend that you always carry a shotgun mic for your camera and you carry a double lavalier kit. So this could be the DJI mic kit, this could be the Rode Go. There's probably a few other options, but choose one that you like, that you prefer, and keep that kit on you. And this will allow you to do man on the street interviews, a talking head if you have one that kind of pops up while you're there. But then the shotgun mic on your camera will also allow you to just get some good coverage and everything. If you have to choose between a shotgun mic and like a lavalier kit, get the lavalier kit and then you can at least use the on-camera mics for reference audio, okay? The other part of this tier is going to be your sticks, okay? Basically your tripods, your monopods, and maybe your gimbals. We'll throw those in there. Again, this is subjective, preference-based, and it kind of depends on the shots that you need to get, that you know you need to get. So based on discussions with your customer and everything, you kind of get a sense of what they're looking for, if they need it to be more artsy, if they want sweeping movements, if they want just general coverage, whatever. You're going to want to have your tripods, monopods, or gimbals. I usually just bring a tripod and a monopod, and unless there's a very good reason based off discussions, I don't really bring the gimbal. I bring instead what I'm actually using right here, which is a pocket gimbal. It makes things way easier in terms of just getting some quick sweeping wide shots, and then I can use my nicer camera to get a lot of close shots that are nice and crisp and clean. So those are the three tiers. You have batteries, media cards. Tier 2 is going to be your lens system, depending on the aesthetics and what kind of camera you got and all of that. And then tier 3 is going to be everything else, but specifically your audio system and your sticks, your tripods, monopods, and gimbals. You got any questions or comments, let me know down below. I am always happy to answer. I hope it was useful. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you gained something. I'll see you in the next one. God bless.